For a good portion of my life, I've always thought that weight loss is simply about eating less. But now I know it's about eating differently. And today I want to share with you what I am eating this week with very easy meals that are still packing the protein, but are also focusing on other really important and key macronutrients that my body needs to feel nourished and energized so that I can keep moving forward to my health goal. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Grace. I am a mom and a teacher who set out to lose 100 pounds back in February of 2025. And over the last 16 months, through a caloric deficit, through increased movement and strength training, and through the use of a GLP-1, specifically Zepbound, I have managed to lose just a little bit over 70 pounds. While I'm really excited and proud of that progress, I still have a little while to go. I want to pause here and share an amazing non-scale victory that just happened. My annual physical was in December of 2025. And while I do go in and I see my provider once a month, actually, at my most recent provider check-in, she let me know about my BMI. And in December, my BMI was a 36. And now my BMI, as of my most recent check-in, I was at a 32. So I moved into obesity class number 1. And I cannot believe that I'm literally 2 points away, because 29 and under puts you in the overweight class. I'm thrilled that I'm literally just a few points away from being in the overweight class, and hopefully the days of obesity class are over with me. Hopefully. Now for this week's meals, they are super easy to put together. I'm keeping everything simple, but they will require just a small amount of preparation. Everything you can get ready on the stovetop or in the oven. And I want to walk you through my nutrition. Let's get started. For breakfast, I'm going to have a classic that we all love and enjoy. I'm going to have some fried eggs. Now, eggs are quite the superfood in a weight loss journey. Yes, they are tiny, but mighty. Each egg is going to be 70 calories and pack 6 grams of protein. I'm going to cook mine on the stovetop. I'm going to fry mine on the stovetop with just a little avocado oil spray. I'm not using any additional fat for these because each egg also has 5 grams of fat. If you are on a low carb eating plan, obviously eggs are going to have absolutely no carbs. So that's a good meal choice there for you. Now I am trying a new product to me with my eggs. I'm going to go ahead and try these Amy Lou organic maple chicken patties. These are chickens raised with no antibiotics. These patties have no nitrates added. They are gluten-free. The ingredients to me feel very clean. I'm gonna stop here and show you. Let's see, it's got organic chicken, organic maple syrup, sea salt, vinegar, organic spices, parsley, organic dried citrus pulp, rosemary, crushed red pepper, and maple extract. That sounds very clean to me. The way you cook these on the stovetop next to my eggs, I'm literally just gonna cook them through 5 to 7 minutes until they are heated through. 2 of these Amy Lou chicken patties are 160 calories. They're gonna give me 14 grams of protein. They have 0 fiber, they have 5 grams of carbs, and they also do pack 9 grams of fat. With my eggs and chicken patties, I'm also going to enjoy half of a Hass Avocado. This is gonna help give me some healthy fats and also some fiber that I'm not getting really from the other 2 items. Half of my avocado is going to be 115 calories with 8 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat, 1 gram of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. That brings my breakfast total to 415 calories with 13 grams of carbs, 29 grams of fat, 27 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. My breakfast is very protein, fat rich. So I think this is gonna help give me satiety and keep me full and satisfied longer through lunch. Now that school is out and I actually have time to cook in the kitchen during this window, I get to prepare myself a hot lunch. And I'm gonna use 2 items that I have used before. One of them I absolutely love, is one of my favorite things, Safe Catch tuna. I know I have used this so much, but it's because you cannot go wrong with Safe Catch tuna. Each of these little cans, they're gonna give you 165 calories. They're gonna pack 1 gram of fat, 0 carbs, 0 fiber, but they're getting you 43 grams of protein. And I know that if you are on a GLP-1 medication, your appetite sometimes might be so suppressed that it's really hard to get a lot of food in. Something like one of these cans of tuna really would help get you the protein that you need to continue to protect your muscle. So typically in the past, I have enjoyed my canned tuna with mayo, but because I am at home, I can actually on the stovetop cook 1 can of tuna with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil because I actually want the fat. I'm gonna cook that through. I'm gonna sprinkle in one of my favorite seasonings from Trader Joe's, the pickle seasoning. The stuff is really, really delicious, but any seasoning of choice obviously would work. Once my tuna is all heated through, I'm gonna go ahead and add 120 grams of this Seeds of Change organic quinoa and brown rice. I have enjoyed this before. I really like the taste of it. 120 grams of this is 220 calories. I do get 42 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. So I'm gonna mix this through with my tuna, make sure everything is heated through, and I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy that for lunch. My hot lunch comes out to 505 calories with 42 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, 47 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. One thing I've learned during this 70-pound weight loss journey is that medication isn't the whole story. And while I am pretty confident in my macros and meal plans, figuring out how much actual protein, fiber, and overall nutrition isn't something that is obvious to me. That's why I decided to seek the help of a registered dietitian through Nourish. I actually had my very first appointment with my registered dietitian just last Saturday. And if you're not familiar, Nourish is the fastest way to meet and speak with a registered dietitian. What makes Nourish so great, in my opinion, is that they are covered by 94% of insurances. And through the Nourish guarantee, once I signed up, it actually gave me my estimated costs right then and there. And with their guarantee, they will never charge you more than that estimate upfront. So I think that help gave me a lot of peace of mind to continue with my appointment. The sign up literally took less than 5 minutes. Once I finished registering, I was able to actually look through their suggested registered dietitians that they matched to me based on my health goals. And I was able to go ahead and book my appointment literally for the next day. The meeting happened through a Zoom call that I took right on my phone in the convenience of my home. While deciding on the registered dietitian I wanted to meet, I realized that through Nourish, the dietitians are specialized in all kinds of health areas, not just weight loss. So if you're somebody who's seeking, more help with like fertility or menopause, diabetes management, sports nutrition, and all kinds of health areas, they really have somebody for everybody through Nourish. My dietitian was so warm, kind, and casual, which I absolutely love because she made me feel so comfortable in our conversation. We discussed all of my health goals, including continuing to lose weight, lower my BMI, lower my elevated LDL cholesterol, and stay far away from the pre-diabetic range. One thing that really surprised me about Nourish is that my registered dietitian can actually order blood work for me, which is gonna help monitor and interpret some of those health markers that we are keeping an eye on. And if you've been following my journey, you know that I have been using my Samsung Health app on my phone to track my meals. But actually, with the addition of Nourish, you get access to their app, which has the fanciest AI meal logging functionality. You have the option to be as detailed as you want in your description of your meal, or simply take a picture, upload it, and it will estimate your macros, which makes tracking so easy and convenient. If it's something that you've shied away or you're intimidated by, The Nourish app really makes tracking your macros super easy to do. I get to meet my registered dietitian on Nourish again this Saturday, and I'm so excited for her and I to chat about the few tweaks and changes I made to my meal plan. She actually did not suggest this meal plan. They absolutely can put meal plans together for you. But my particular registered dietitian, in my experience, she praised the foods that I was eating. She just wants to make a few tweaks that are really going to elevate my macros and my nutrition so that we continue to properly nourish my body. If you've been looking for personalized nutrition support, check out Nourish using the link below. See if your insurance covers it. All right, let's wrap up our day with a delicious, decadent, super rich dinner. It's only gonna require 3 ingredients. Let me show you what I am putting together. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna starve my oven and I'm going to roast a sweet potato. I got a big old bag from Costco and I actually took one out and I measured it because that's exactly the only way I was gonna know how many grams of sweet potato I was getting so that I could determine my calories, my fat, my carbs, my protein, and fiber. So my sweet potato that I'm literally just roasting in the oven with a little avocado oil spray, salt, and pepper is 390 grams for this potato. Is 335 calories with 78 grams of carbs. By the way, my dietitian told me not to be afraid of carbs. Less than a gram of fat, 6 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fiber. Now for my actual protein source, I'm gonna show you something that might shock a few of you. And I have had these before, but I stepped away from them because of one particular macro ingredient in here that was freaking me out. We are having some ribeyes. I got thinly sliced ribeyes from Costco. And if you have been following my journey, you know that I have enjoyed ribeyes in the past and really all kinds of red meat in the past. But a lot of my meats, dairy products, really a lot of my foods have been minimal or 0% fat. One of the things I loved about my conversation with my registered dietitian is as I was giving her, 3 to 4 things that I would have typically for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she's jotting all this down and I can see like her brain's going because she's like, okay, definitely amazing protein count. You're definitely staying under a caloric deficit. You're packing in some fiber. But she tells me and calls me out, like so many of you guys have. She flat out says, Grace, you're not eating enough fat. And I go, what? I'm supposed to eat fat? Like, come on. I come from a long life of, weight issues, dealing with obesity. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, the more fat I eat, the fatter I'm going to get. And she said, absolutely not. That's not how fat works, Grace. Fats, they are a vital macronutrient. It's the body's most concentrated energy source. Not only is the fat that we consume used for energy, but it's also vital for hormone regulation. So I'm talking to her about my issues with sleep and she's like, Grace, a lot of sleep issues are derived from hormone deregulation. She asked me like, why am I consuming so much protein? And I let her know it was, to protect my muscle. And more importantly, because when I eat protein rich meals, I feel full longer. And she said, you know what else does that? You know what also gives you satiety? Fat. So I was like, what? Like I'm getting a whole education with this individual. Listen, I'm not a professional. This is not medical advice. I'm just simply sharing what I am eating this week and how it's gonna work for me. And it's because I'm not a professional that while my meal plans look like they're well put together, I know that there's areas that are lacking. And one of those areas is the fat content area. And she noticed that, and a lot of you guys actually noticed that too in a lot of my What I Ate in a Day videos. If you look in the comment sections, you guys were having conversations telling me, Grace, you're not eating enough fat. Like your cottage cheese is 0%, your milk is 0%, your Greek yogurt is 0%, your cheese, everything is 0%, then where are you getting your fat from? Because my meats were lean, right? So sometimes you just need a registered dietitian to tell you where you can improve. Let's finish my dinner. So the ribeyes, I'm actually only going to enjoy 4 ounces. So this whole pack will last us the entire week. And actually, I think we'll have some leftovers for next week. I'm only going to have 4 ounces because 4 ounces of a ribeye will be 400 calories. I do get 27 grams of fat. I get 24 grams of protein and obviously no fiber. Once my potato is done and I cook my ribeye on the stove top, she told me, Grace, you need to have some butter, right? I need to have some fat. So I actually got some nice butter. I think it's nice butter. I got this nice little rich European style salted butter. 1 tablespoon of this butter is 100 calories, 11 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 fiber. I'm going to lather my sweet potato in butter. And I know that might make some of you guys feel uncomfortable. Trust me, it makes me feel uncomfortable too. But I am under the guidance of a registered dietitian now who actually does this for a living, actually has all the credentials, to be able to give me nutrition advice. So she said to slather the butter. So that's exactly what I'm doing. My roasted sweet potato with butter and my decadent rich 4-ounce ribeye is 835 calories with 78 grams of carbs. That's from my sweet potato. 38 grams of fat. That's obviously from my ribeye and my butter. 30 grams of protein. Hey, I'm still packing 30 grams of protein for a meal. That's excellent, right? Because we know that a lot of health professionals advise that you get at least 30 grams for each of your meals so that you're getting at least 90 grams per day. And 12 grams of fiber coming in from my sweet potato. That wraps up my what I eat in a day. Let me give you the macros. 1,755 calories. I am also consuming 133 grams of carbs with 86 grams of fat, 104 grams of protein. So I'm still packing over 100 grams of protein and 20 grams of fiber. I am so thankful that you are here. Please know from the bottom of my heart, I so appreciate you spending time with me. I know how valuable it is, so I'm thankful that you give me a few minutes of your time. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel so that we can keep growing. Hit the like because it'll tell YouTube to push this video out to others who might find it helpful. Tell me in the comments if you feel comfortable. What is a macronutrient that you think you are lacking in your nutrition plan? Because I'm going to tell you something. I thought it was fiber, but no, my macronutrient that's really lacking in my meal plan is fat, healthy fats. So tell me in the comments if you feel comfortable, what macronutrient do you think it's lacking from your nutrition plan? Thanks again for being here, friends. Let's keep losing weight. Bye.